Tonight's top story. War rages on in Detroit. A nuke floods the streets as a new gang leader emerges.
Yo, look at these beauties, huh?
Robocop Rogue City is a very fun game of the most famous half-man half-machine cop, an iconic character. The game is a first-person shooter, but instead of a normal FPS game, this one mixes and adapts the gameplay to suit perfectly in a Robocop game, and it worked really well.
Can you fly?
It was developed by the studio Teon, and released in 2023 to PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, macOS and Windows, and is a game that every fan of Robocop should play.
What the hell is this? Where is all the money?
We all saw it hesitate in a life and death situation. Why?
Listen, I would trust this guy with my kids. I mean, if I had any.
The city of Old Detroit has been hit by a crime wave, with a new enemy threatening the peace and order. Your investigation leads you right into the heart of a shadow conspiracy in an original story that takes place between Robocop 2 and 3. A game with realistic graphics and a gameplay that allow you to really feel like Robocop with the brutality that a game of this classic character deserves. In the end, this game proves that a small studio can do a great work with passion and dedication.
We'll show you how. Because it's important to remember the nuke crisis seemed unstoppable, but not to Robocop. He is the perfect policeman, versatile with a wide variety of weapons, ready to defend us with OCP's cutting-edge technology. And he's not alone.
You're okay there, Murphy?
Please, I want to see Mommy.
Hugo.
I want her to come back.
I'll carry you. Mommy is dead, Hugo. You'll never see her again. Go away! Hugo, no! Leave me alone.
Don't take too long.
I hate you.
It's for your own good, Hugo.
I'm sorry, I'm sick.
They've come back.
Everything is alright. Now.
A Plague Tale: Innocence is an amazing and riveting action game. It's one of those games with a rich and powerful storyline, but still with an immersive and good gameplay. It was developed by the studio Asobo Studio, and released in 2019 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, and later to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Amazon Luna. Follow the grim tale of young Amisha and her little brother Hugo in a heartrending journey through the darkest hours of history. Hunted by Inquisition soldiers and surrounded by unstoppable swarms of rats, Amisha and Hugo will come to know and trust each other. As they struggle to survive against overwhelming odds, they will fight to find purpose in this brutal, unforgiving world. An excellent game for fans of medieval stories or even games with a good storytelling, so if you never played, do it, you won't regret. And the sequel was already released, and it's called A Plague Tale Requiem, and is a very good experience too.
Why does she keep resisting like that? Only our methods differ. We have the same goal. We both fight the plague.
Do you pledge to give your life in service to our righteous cause? By this communion, you are bound to our sacred order.
The Order 1886 is a game that disappointed some people, not because it was a bad game or anything like that, but because it's not exactly what everyone thought it'd be. Instead of third-person shooter like Uncharted, the game is more like a cinematic game, with amazing graphics, an interesting universe, and a simple gameplay. It was developed by the studio Ready at Dawn and released in 2015 only on PlayStation 4, and to this day this is the only version of the game, with no remastered ports nor a sequel.
Galahad, take cover! Let's get to work.
London, 1886, a city transformed by science and industry, but feared by an ancient, inhuman enemy. Play as Galahad, a member of an elite order of royal knights, and join the battle to preserve the future of humanity. Despite this game wasn't as successful as expected, it's a unique experience, with interesting characters and an unique approach and style that unfortunately wasn't enough to please the PlayStation fans in that moment. But today this is a kinda classic cult game, and is a fun game to remember sometimes. Sefue is a realistic third-person brawler with tight kung fu combat mechanics and cinematic martial arts action, embarking you on a path for revenge. A game developed by the studio Slocklap and released in 2023 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, Nintendo Switch and Windows, and is an amazing game that mixes a beat-em-up with a challenging tight gameplay that many Souls-like fans loved. Whether you choose to play as a male or a female character, in Sefue you will ponder that question on your path for revenge, hunting down your family's assassins. One against all, you have no allies, countless enemies, and a mysterious amulet to bring you back to life every time you die. Yet, be warned, your secret weapon comes with a hefty price to pay, aging and its consequences. Every time you die you'll return older, so it'll start making the character weaker in some point, so it'll be even harder now. This mechanic is interesting for players that like to master the mechanics of the game, so it's a good challenge to try to beat the game as younger as you can.
Well, this shouldn't take too long. My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern.
Psychonauts 2 is a complex and intelligent 3D platformer game. It's not a simple platformer game, but one with an excellent story, filled with informations and important dialogues, and the comedy is really present in the game, and in my opinion works really well. It's obviously a sequel of the first Psychonauts, but it was released a long time after the first game, so in a matter of mechanical quality, it's way better. The studio that developed it was Double Fine Productions, a Xbox game studio, and it was released in 2021 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Mac, and PC. Combining quirky missions and mysterious conspiracies, Psychonauts 2 is a platform adventure game with cinematic style and tons of customizable psychic powers. So if you like unique platformer games, this one is a game that you shall enjoy.
Today is my first day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what? Can we just...
No.
Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
Help me!
The Mitsugami Path of the Goddess is one of the best games released in 2024, and it wasn't as successful as it deserved to be, but is a unique video game experience that you gotta have. It was developed by Capcom and released in 2024 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, and Windows, and is an amazing strategy game that mixes combat and tower defense, all with a lot of style and personality. The game takes place on a mountain covered by defilement. During the day, purify the villages and prepare yourself for sundown. During the night, protect the maiden against the hordes of the Seeth. The visual style of this game is also a unique point of it, with beautiful colors and insane animations that feels in the same time alive and psychedelic, creating an experience that beyond immersive for the gameplay, is also mesmerizing for the amazing visuals the game's got. So if you like strategy games, this is an excellent one for you, and if you're just trying to play something different, this is the game you need.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
This is nice work. It's new, isn't it?
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow.
Now, for the maiden bloodletting.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of the most realistic video games ever released, and yes, the second game is better, but it's no longer a small studio, since the first game in some moment was really successful and the studio got bigger. But in the start of it all, Kingdom Come 1 was developed by a small studio and without the purchasing power of a big studio. The studio was Warhorse Studios, and it was released in 2018 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows, but it's also available on Nintendo Switch nowadays. The universe of the game is rich and with a lot of historically accurate constructions. The gameplay is like a simulator. You won't feel like Geralt of Rivia in this game, cause you're not. The combat is tactical and precise. You need to understand how to attack, defend, or when to run, cause as I said, you're not Geralt.
Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
My apostles are marvel. You've hunted well.
Mad Max is an excellent and unique open-world game. Yes, it's a game of the classic Mad Max, and allow you to live in a universe as deadly and devastating as a Mad Max game gotta be. It was developed by the studio Avalanche Studios and released in 2015, 10 years ago, and it's to this day an insane game with an immersive universe, great gameplay, and a good feeling of progress that makes the game really unique and fun. It's available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, macOS, Linux, and Windows, and of course it's also available in the current generation through the retro compatibility.
Out here, there are no heroes. No gods. No saviors.
It's not a game for the players that like to focus on the main quests and beat the game as fast as possible. If you're this kind of player, this game may not be for you. This is a game for players that like to explore the universe, and it gives you hours of content, cause everywhere you explore, every place you scrap and destroy, and every new challenge you achieve will unlock new things for you, and the progression with both Max and the car is really immersive, so you'll really feel like you're in the world of Mad Max. And to this day, the game has insane realistic graphics, so it looks like a 2025 game even.
There's only those who live, those who die. And those who stand in my way. My name is Max.
Every good story is true in one way or another. And I know one you haven't heard of.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is the ultimate game of this nostalgic character, giving you an experience like you're really living like this insane professor.
So what brings you to the Vatican, Indy?
I'm looking for someone.
It was developed by the studio Machine Games and released in 2024 to Xbox Series and Windows, but in 2025 a version to PlayStation 5 was also released, and beyond that, a DLC to the game was already announced. It's called Order of Giants and will be released in September of 2025. Uncover one of history's greatest mysteries in a first-person, single-player adventure. The year is 1937. Sinister forces are scouring the globe for the secret to an ancient power connected to the Great Circle, and only one person can stop them, Indiana Jones. A game that mixes exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. The main combat of the game is stealth and melee fights, but there are shooting moments too. But don't expect a Call of Duty game here, it's totally different. Most part of the time you'll be exploring and solving puzzles. What's really amazing in this game, one of the best games of 2024 that unfortunately didn't get the attention deserved. Red Faction Guerilla is a fun action third-person shooter. It's a sequel to the previous Red Faction games that were first-person shooter games. This one is set in a different perspective and set in a destroyed open world. The game was developed by the studios Volition, Reactor Zero, and THQ Nordic and released in 2009 to Microsoft Windows, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. The game allows players to take the role of an insurgent fighter with the newly re-established Red Faction movement as they battle for liberation from the oppressive Earth Defense Force. You decide who, when, where, and how to battle. Utilize guerrilla tactics, improvised weaponry, and modified vehicles to lead insurgent attacks on EDF targets. All that as you explore and discover more and more about the world. That's really curious.